Best new tracks of the week. You know the deal, 5 of them, the 5 best new singles that I heard this week, and we are dealing with a hefty helping of indie. If you're into the worlds of indie folk and indie pop, stay tuned because I have some banger new tracks to recommend to you. Starting at number 5 with the new song from Shoegazers Dive, who dropped a pretty solid, a little bit underrated in my opinion, album last year. And fans are really fond of this band at their most energetic, but I've always had a soft spot for their slower, more methodical, quieter tracks, and that's definitely what this is. A long indulgence, a dreary sound palette, and one whose music video of the aftermath of the Palisades and Altadena fires, which affected the band personally, only does even more to make it an emotional listening experience. At number 4 with the new track from US Girls, who led off the new era that they're undertaking with a big 11-minute single that I liked, but wasn't head over heels with the way that it uses all of its time. Now we are back to something very familiar for US Girls fans, a short little piece of irresistible indie pop, smooth, catchy refrains, playful push and pull, sort of noodly guitar all over this thing. It's irresistible, it's a lot of fun, and in a very similar vein at number 3, the new Sorry Girls song. I have liked all of the tracks from Sorry Girls' upcoming album so far. I think this is going to be the record that really finally properly gets me into them as a band. This one is a little bit more on the reserved and quieter side. It is gentler, and yet it manages to build so well. I love the way that the chorus on the song gets louder, but in such quiet and nuanced and sort of minute ways. It is really gentle, but really beautiful and really hooky, and has this propulsive momentum to it as a result, despite all of that minimalism. At number 2, we got a new song from Turnstile, easily my favorite of their new singles so far from their upcoming new album, a band whose last record I liked a lot as they took their hardcore flavors and applied a cloudier, kind of dream poppier lens to the style and production. And while the first 2 tracks that they released from this new record were okay, this one feels like they really took the training wheels off and just went hard again. Fundamentally, at their core, Turnstile as a band, you really just want to hear Lock the Fuck In, and that's what they do on this song. It rips, it's great. And at number 1, to the surprise of very few people, absolute indie darlings, Wednesday, with Elderberry Wine starting off their highly anticipated new era with a piece of indie folk that is straight out of their very consistent discography, swaying, gentle, a little bit wintry, but very catchy, willing to rev itself up in the best moments, and with an extremely memorable chorus. This is everything I could have asked for from a new Wednesday song. Tell me in the comments what your favorite new song of this week was.